Shem Dash. Welcome to another live lesson.
All right, next.
The name of this one is various topics dated December 30th, 2025. We're like a day away from the new year. One more day, and then we have the new year coming in. Tomorrow is so-called New Year's Eve. One day closer to this devil's demise. I'm joined with the Elder Apostle Rakah.
Shalom.
And the elders from Dallas and Indianapolis, and pretty much just wanted to hit the button and go live and let the spirit flow how it will. And I want to start off talking about these false prophets that keep playing around with the name of the Lord and giving out all different types of is that going to record this time?
Yeah.
Okay. And giving out all different types of confusing messages when it comes to the name of the Lord. Now, when we can start off in Proverbs 18, because one of the keys in this truth, first and foremost, is the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Without those names, that's like having a combination lock without the combination.
That's right.
Because you got the lock, but what you gonna do with it if you can't open it?
Yeah, that's right.
The name of the Lord is very important. So if somebody could read that.
I got you. This is Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. The name of Yahweh is a strong tower.
There you go.
The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
Right, especially in these times. What does it say? It says, they that abide in the shadow of the Almighty. Somebody get that one too, Psalms 91. But it says the name of the Lord is the Yahweh. Hashem Yahweh Shai is a strong tower. What is a strong tower? Strong tower is a tower that's impregnable. You're way up in the air. Nobody can climb up. It's too high to, too high to get over, too low to get under.
Yep.
So pretty much when a man's ways please the Lord, like the scriptures say, he's making his enemies to be at peace with him.
Yep.
And pretty much the Lord lifts you up, like pretty much like let's say there's danger, the Lord will lift you up over that danger. Mm-hmm. Even if you're in the midst of it. He'll make it to where that danger don't even touch you. Mm-hmm. Look at the example of the three children. Mishael, Hananiah, and Azariah. They were in the midst of the furnace. The men that put them in the furnace, they burnt up. They were in trouble, but what happened? The Lord made it to where it was a cool breeze in there, and not even the smell of smoke touched them.
Right.
I mean, like that's some serious divine intervention.
That's right.
Imagine being in that situation, and then something happened to where you just know you about to get taken out, and then all of a sudden the Lord come through at the last minute, boom, deliver you. These are the times we're living in, man.
That's right. Yeah.
We're living in some real serious times. The Lord's about to start showing some amazing things, and you have these guys that's fucking around with the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, like Bishop Nathaniel, playing around, giving look what happened to the Prince of the Power of the Air.
Yeah.
The Lord took him off the planet for fucking around with the names.
That's right.
And the only way I can see the Bishop Nathaniel, the Lord don't plague his ass again, is if he happens to be a man of the Lord and the Lord just got them demons on him to get rid of the ones that he don't want.
That's right.
Because the IUIC, that's the biggest group out there now. One time, we're not the biggest group, we're not the most famous, because that's really what he wanted. Mm-hmm. Now you got it. But now you're pretty much leading these sheep to the slaughter. You're uncertain about the name. You're teaching them that the MOTB is not the micro C here. You're teaching them about hell. You're teaching all kind of bullshit that was never taught. That shit would never fly at One West back in the day.
Hell no.
So what you got, bro?
I got Psalms 91 for you.
Yeah, let's get that. Yep.
Okay, this is
So
Psalms.
the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. If you are a man of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, what does it say? The elect will praise his holy name. Mm-hmm. It means just that. But you got it.
This is Psalms 91, starting at verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Right, and the secret place of the Most High is not you getting fucking pepper spray coming through some goddamn bushes, and being told that you're in the Most High secret place now.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking bullshit is that, bro? The Most High secret place is first and foremost his name, his son's name, and the true truth.
Yeah.
No lies of the truth. This truth that we speaking and teaching, 100% truth, the teachings that Great Mills are bringing to you, That's the 100% truth. This is the secret place of the Most High. This is what's going to protect you. And knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of that times and strength of salvation. You got these clowns playing around with the word of the Lord, playing around with the names of the Lord, you know, teaching his word for filthy lucre's sake. You're not sincere. You don't give a fuck about the sheep. You don't give a fuck about anything but yourself. And the Lord's going to start making more examples. You know, he's going to start fucking people up so that you can show some goddamn respect. The only reason why the Lord really don't open up on your ass is because, you know, it's necessary for this to happen, because as the truth gets more and more popular, there has to be more and more stumbling blocks out there to make the way to the truth more and more precious, harder and harder to get to. Because now we're in the information age. Back then, it was easier to receive the knowledge, even though it wasn't as readily available than it is now. Now you got 150,000 different, you know, individuals out there with different names teaching Israel, and then coming up with all kind of fuckery doctrines. Most High is gonna start wringing niggas' necks, man.
Yep.
You know, you got it.
This is back in Psalms 91, verse 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
Right, and that's the purpose for doing this work. You know, give diligence and make your calling and election sure.
Yep.
What we're doing is putting in work, building up our spiritual bank account. So when the time comes, the world ain't putting no money into their spiritual bank account. So when it comes time to withdraw, they ain't gonna have no funds. They're gonna be in the negative. You ain't gonna be able to withdraw from a negative account. So when the Lord comes, you know, start bringing the hell out here, you know, the works that the Lord got us out here doing, feeding the sheep and his lamb, that's gonna count towards, you know, our salvation. That's gonna count towards a hedge that the Lord will have around us. These devils, they playing, they're coming. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. You know, and when he comes, he's gonna come hard. He's already doing it. And they're already doing it, and they're putting out more legislation to where if you talk about them, they're gonna come for your ass.
They're gonna cut off the ring, so to speak.
Yeah, that's it. They have to cut off the ring.
Yep.
You know?
They're making it tight. Now they got Now they actually got drones they're launching in China that can monitor when you're driving. You know what I'm saying? They can give you tickets. You know, that's a segue to what they're about to do here. You know?
That's that surveillance shit.
That's
Surveillance,
right.
you know.
Hey, we saw one. Oh my goodness, who was I with?
D-Max outside, right? You talking about?
Me and
Well, that no,
it was me and you, Apostle. It was
I'm
me
talking
and
about
you.
something else.
Quadar said it was.
Quadar, that was me and you.
Yeah, with that driverless vehicle. Yep.
That's what I was thinking about, actually.
The way
Me
move.
and Quadar on our way to camp Friday.
Yep.
We actually saw that shit, bro. I don't know if you have Quadar, right?
Yeah. It was in the right lane of us. Then it went ahead of us, and then it exited onto the highway.
That shit freaked me out.
Was that a Waymo?
That's
Yeah, it was
probably what it was.
yeah.
Yeah.
They got him out of San Fran too.
Oh yeah.
You know, we was talking. We on our way to camp Friday, and he's like, "Oh, the Apostle side of the country." But look, yo, I think that's one of the, we were talking.
God.
Then he said, "Yo," and we drove. The Spirit had it where we was able to, you know, pull up beside it and see. There was no motherfucker driving that shit. That's like that shit from Demolition Man.
Yeah. Shit you only see in the movie.
Yeah, shit you see. I was like, oh shit. It freaked me out a little bit. I mean, we know about it, but to actually see that motherfucker driving perfectly too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nobody in that motherfucker.
Yep. Signaling and everything.
That's the miracles of this devil.
That's what they're speaking
but you
now.
know, when I think it was it out in San Fran, one of the places where the power went out?
The blackout. Yep, San Francisco.
They had to stop. They couldn't do shit.
Oh yeah.
Yep, it was out there. That's happened not too long ago.
Yeah, that was not too long ago at all. You talking about that his old crib.
Good.
Man, that's old crib, man.
You gotta know.
Yep. This is back in Psalms chapter 91, verse 2. I will say of Yahweh, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust.
Because at the end of the day, don't matter how many riches you got, how much fucking land you got, how many houses you have, you know, how many assets you have.
Yeah.
That shit don't mean shit.
And
What's going really hold weight in that day is the relationship that you have with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Not the bullshit that you own. What was that you mentioned?
I said absolutely.
Yeah.
That's funny you say that, because you think about the back of our money here, or the back of their money.
Yeah.
The Federal Reserve,
Yep.
God we trust.
Yeah.
Which I heard somebody say that acronym should technically be gold, oil, and drugs.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how they got it.
That's it.
That's right. That's right.
Money, cash,
I
hoes,
think
money,
you-
cash, hoes.
You got one,
Okay.
and then Kai, you come after him.
This is Matthew 6:20.
Beautiful.
It says, but
19.
okay, for sure. It says, Matthew 6:19, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal.
Yeah, because carnal riches, can be taken away from you or lost.
Very sad.
Go ahead.
Verse 20, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt.
Right, because that's the most secure place you're gonna have your riches in is up in the heavens. But most people on earth, they talk about the Most High, they talk about so-called Jesus and all that.
Right.
They don't believe in the Most High.
Yeah.
Because their work show forth. If they
that's
believed in the Lord, they wouldn't be worrying about their riches and their finance. Look, you do what you have to do. You work. You do what you have to do. Times you're gonna be lean. There's gonna be times you're gonna be chunky.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the Lord is gonna take care of you if you're a man or a woman of the Lord. King David said the best. I have been young and now I'm old. Never have seen the righteous forsaken nor a seed begging bread.
That's right.
And we're coming down to the point where that really faith is really gonna be the most.
You're gonna be left with that only.
The most
Precious. That's like
commodity, the most precious commodity.
yeah,
Water.
that's it.
That you're gonna actually have the most precious commodity that you could actually have tangibly.
That's right. When you read it in what is that, 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter, it talks about that faith is pretty much going to be barren in those days.
Yeah.
When people are going to go sea to sea, because it's going to be a famine of the word at the same time.
That's right.
Just to add to your point, Apostle.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, these people are used to this society. These cities have pretty much taken over all of America, just dealing with America. At one time, everything was rural. People were they were farmers or they were carpenters or whatever they were doing. That they were go-getters. Shit wasn't just brought to them. They would have to go even when you had the fishers come to the shore. They would have to actually go to the sea coast and whatever to get those fish. But now everything is brought to you. Everything is catered. Everything is instant this, instant that. A person can't go more than 5 seconds. If you go over 5 seconds, with a person that's used to eating at a certain time, they start losing their fucking
They start
mind.
That's why
miscomputing.
obesity
Yeah.
is big in America.
That's it.
Obesity.
Oh yeah.
And that was a big thing too. They said that online. Usually, if somebody was fat, they were rich
Yeah.
because they had decadence. They had
Similar. Yeah.
But in this kingdom, all these poor people are fat. Well, poor. They are poor because they ain't rich. But poor mother effers on welfare that's fat. How the fuck are you poor? So that means you ain't missing no meals. That means you're doing all right.
That's it.
Because it's that overindulgence.
Yeah.
That's America, man.
That's right.
No impulse control.
Nope.
Sometimes, like it's a demon, and that comes from them parasites,
Yep.
which was created by Esau and the GMO foods. Because sometimes a demon being, man, I'm hungry, man. Let me eat this. Let me.
Yeah.
But sometimes just say, fuck that, now I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I eat when I'm really hungry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you really, and then on top of that, of course, you exercise and it's a balance, man. But just sitting there just eating all day, that's why motherfuckers are obese.
Hey, Apostle McCall, if you notice, we didn't really eat today till like 3:30.
Yeah.
That's
We
good.
didn't eat nothing, really. We just been snacking, doing little snacks here. And I don't really believe in snacks.
That's an Edomite term.
Yeah, snacks.
Yeah.
But it just goes into the apostles. This kingdom is set up to be fuck. You know what I mean? But these dudes, they want this.
Yeah.
They want it. General Yohana,
Yep.
Nate,
Yep.
Alizé, all these dudes, they want this shit. They want to stay here. We want to get the fuck on up out of here.
They're comfortable. They're comfortable.
Because they're wicked.
Yeah.
Because they're goddamn wicked. Only a wicked person want to stay here, man. You know, we got infirmities, bro, man, bro. We wake up every day. We don't know if we're going to see tomorrow, man. But you know what? We're cool with it. But somebody got to be here to do the work. I believe Apostle Tahar, Gabar, then, like, okay, if Israel, right, that's it, the nation, the congregation, if GMS wasn't here, right, and it was left to them dudes, Jake would be done. If it wasn't for us, we the only ones real still keeping it real. All these others are getting tired and weary to the point where they're just accepting, you know, what the scripture say? Be not weary and well doing. Y'all know that scripture, right? So you're not supposed to be weary and well doing. We're doing well. I mean, meaning when I say that, meaning we're doing well because we're doing the work. We're still pushing the hardcore, unfiltered truth, man. Yep. You understand? These other niggas is weird, yeah. So that. Oh, and it started back in the year 2000. When 2000 came, that was the exodus out the truth.
Yep.
You right, Apostle?
Yeah, yes, sir. Because there was a lot of fallout during the 90s, but the year 2000 really, that's really like push a whole lot of guys out. Now, some of them guys, which are the foolish virgins, some of them, you know, trying to go back secretly watching, secretly talking shit, trying to get back up in there, you know? And look, if you're not the elect of the Lord, you ain't gonna get this.
Sure.
You know, you put your, you know, it's very rare that you have a person that put the plow down and then later take it back up and the Lord have mercy on them.
You think you're gonna be watching until somebody say, come and look at this, and and it's a nuke gonna come. You're gonna be watching until your ass get fried.
Yep.
You know, you know, because the Lord ain't dealing with you, man. Like the apostle said, it's impossible to come renew him back again.
Yeah.
You know. So a lot of these guys, man, you turn your back on you. How about Shem Shine? Now you see the end coming, and now you want to. I got some say so. Like, dude, why don't you just, you know, like when you enjoying your life? Well, you had to be because we just now fucking seeing you for years.
Oh yeah.
Like, why don't you just stay out there?
Like General Yohana.
Oh yeah.
There's certain
Trip.
guys that fell out the truth that I still have respect for because they wasn't trying to, you know, half step it. You know, like they wasn't trying to like, you know, make this out of a Jerry Springer show bullshit. They knew they was niggas. I respect the guy that say, well, you know, I'm too niggerish to do this.
Right.
As opposed to one that still think he got it. And no humility. You just come out of nowhere one day and just, you know.
Like General Yohana. Like General Yohana. Like the fucking General Yohana. The commanding general of all the forces of Israel on the planet. Look, man, he fell out back in the 90s. Okay? And you know what? Captain Crunch and all his minions, they can talk shit about us, they can try to scoff us, they can say, I know better. Because I was there. See what I'm saying? I'm motherfucking 53 years old. I've been in the truth since I was 17. Okay? I came up in the temple. I came up in One West. So did this man, Apostle Aran Rob. He came up in the temple as well. Yeah, Apostle Aran Rob came up in the temple. Okay? We were young men. We was around. We was there. We know these motherfuckers, man. We know these hoe ass niggas, man. Since we was young dudes, kids. You dig? So when I talk, or when we talk, we know what the fuck we talking about, man. You understand? And the shit make you mad, man. These dudes, General Yohana, he fell out the truth back in the 90s. You know when, that was around 95. Yep. The mid-90s, when Lahab, you know, the first when the Central Command, yep. Lahab, like when they left, and them dudes, they were the first crew to start teaching about the other nations to be saved.
If I may say this, Apostle, you know, like, see how you going into the history? A lot of these guys, these new motherfuckers, they don't know nothing about what went on back then. They're just going on what they were told. You know, we were actually back there.
We were there.
Yeah.
We were a part of the history.
Yeah.
You understand, man? Apostle Tahar, the bishops as well in Connecticut, man. Come on, bro. Kiss my ass. Like, you understand? We were there. But these motherfuckers try to act like they try to dismiss us. GMS, man, fuck you, man. Alizé wasn't there. He was a little kid, you know, playing with G.I. Joe dolls.
If he was even born.
If he was even born. And then this little cocksucker, Alizé, I never met the dude in person. I talked to him on the phone that one time. I was down in D.C., you know, the whole biker jacket shit, right? Whatever. He was one of the main guys, right? But anyways, I got on the phone with him. I said, let me talk to this dude, right? I talked to him over the phone one time. Alizé, Alizar, chief high priest, whatever, right? And I just wanted to ask him. All I did was really ask him one question. I said, let me ask you a question, bro. I saluted him. He said, he's over the Shalom. I was like, hey, Shalom. I was like, yo, that time when he came down to the camp, he came to 34th.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, I said, bro, I just want to ask you one question, bro. Do you think I'm a man of the Lord? To this day, I know he would deny that shit. But it's whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't know what made me ask that. Alizé himself. I said, yo, but I just want to ask you one question. You believe I'm a man of the Lord? You're con, brother. Yeah, brother. You a phony, disingenuous fuck. But he said it to me. He could deny it, but he said it to me. You're con, not elder, not con. Now I wouldn't know, brother. Come on, man. You've been doing this thing for years. You've been doing this thing. You were doing this thing when I was a little snot-nosed little kid. Child turkey, man. Right? He said, no, you still doing the work. You still, yeah. But he said it in a kind of, it was like a fake, condescending, yeah, you still doing the work. And then I said, look, man, I've been doing the work. I said, look, brother, I've been doing the work. I never stopped doing the work. Come. Because he had nothing to say. Like in other words, like I fell off and went back in the world or some shit. Young nigga, I've been doing the work. Y'all bringing up some stupid bullshit, but like y'all get the point I'm trying to say, right?
Oh, yeah, come.
We all go off, we make mistakes, we do shit, whatever, right? The biker jack, but I was still doing the work. I was still doing the work. When did I stop? I wouldn't be here now if I stopped. So I've been doing the work. Who the fuck are you to like you some type of, yeah, you still doing the work? Motherfucker, I've been doing the work. Like you understand? I've been doing the work like you maybe before you was born. You understand what I'm saying? But that's these dudes that dissing these little fucking snot-nosed GMO baby brats coming up and scoffing. But you know what? Remember Yahweh Shai said this. Every idle word that men shall speak, they should give account thereof in the last, man.
Yeah.
Right. You see? And then the scriptures also say what? Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father.
And apostle, we're coming to that time now where they're going to have to eat those words.
Yeah. Yeah. See? All the shit niggas talking about Apostle Tahar. Apostle Tahar, you an old man, you need to retire. All that bullshit. Y'all just a bunch of old niggas in New York, up there in New York, sitting on the couch. All that bullshit, bro. It's time to ante up. Okay. And the Lord did it. He got rid of that scoffer. And that's not the first scoffer the Lord dealt with.
Whole light in jail still.
He might in jail. He ain't coming out. He'll be there when the missiles come.
Yep.
Barakatah Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. Vocab alone, you're next, okay? You're next, okay? Vocab alone? You think the Lord ain't, man? You fucking piece of shit. Vocab alone. Yeah. Oh, the Lord got him. All them dudes, bro.
I got one real quick.
Bring it out where you
This is
at.
in the NLT. Micah.
Yakko, wacko, you know.
Micah 3. 3 and 11. Yeah.
You said NLT,
NLT, yeah.
right?
Micah 3 and 11. You rulers make decisions based on bribes. You priests teach God's law only for a price. You prophets won't prophesy unless you are paid. Yet all of you claim to depend on the Lord.
Damn.
No harm can come to us, you say, for the Lord is here among us.
Yeah, no, and that's pretty much what they're doing because they're pretty much they're making Jake confirm or hope that they confirm with the words that they say, because they're not hanging on the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. They're hanging on the words of their leader. That's what it's good to say. You know, woe to him that trusted the man and make an arm his flesh, because man is gonna fail. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is not gonna fail. So you put in your trust in the man, then you going down right with that man. You know. Now the scriptures do say, "Mark the perfect man." You know, for the end of that man is peace. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, like you have to be Berean minded.
Right.
You gotta trust, but also verify. You know, because you know through the spirit if a man is a man of the Lord or not. You can feel it. You know, but at the same time, you still gotta research and look at what's being said to make sure that you got it. You ain't just repeating something or mimicking or mocking. You know, or just, you know, being a mockingbird.
Correct. A lot of these dudes are just cloud chasers.
Yep.
You know, Israelite cloud chasers. You care more about feeling important than the sheep.
Yep.
You know, and this is Exodus 23. And we'll start at.
Was that it on that, bro?
Yeah, that was,
Who was reading?
that was it. Yeah.
Was that it? Where you at? Oh,
Exodus 23 and starting at verse 7.
go ahead.
It says, "Keep thee far from a false matter,
Beautiful.
and the
Yeah,
innocent."
you can start at 6.
Exodus 23:6. Thou shalt not arrest the judgment of the poor in his cause.
Right, the word rest there is wrestle.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it. Yeah.
Because, you know, you're supposed to give righteous judgment. The purpose of a judge is to bring equity. Bring everything equal. There's a problem. Okay, now I have a problem. Before I had no problem, now I got a problem. You know, there's a problem. Okay, you listen to what's going on, and you judge the matter. And the person that's right, you know, is supposed to get the right judgment. The person that's wrong is supposed to get the you know, punishment or whatever. You know, now if that person that did the wrong is is like somebody you like or somebody you know, and you show favoritism to him because you know him, then that's wicked.
Yeah.
You know, you're supposed to, you know, deal with the matter, you know, in equity to bring everything back to balance. Because when you judge unrighteously, there's a void there. In the spirit, there's a void. You know, because the Lord don't like it. He don't take too kind to that.
Yeah, the unjust balance is an
Yeah.
abomination to him.
That's it.
Kind of.
You gotta do that.
In verse 7, it says, "Keep thee far from a false matter, and the innocent and righteous slay thou not." And when you teach in a false matter, or when you can't be corrected from the false matter you're teaching, the people that are following you, what are they gonna do? They're gonna teach the same bullshit you're teaching. So really, you're teaching them how to die. Really, that's, you know, like by them following you, they not getting the truth.
Right.
Unless the Lord take you out and they repent and say, you know what, I'm gonna listen to these guys. They're right. But you know, it's.
I'm gonna read that in the NLT.
Okay, yes, sir.
It says, be sure never to charge anyone falsely with evil. Never sentence an innocent or blameless person to death. For I never declare a guilty person to be innocent. That's to the soul.
That's the Hebrew, the bone and marrow right there. Huh?
God damn. I mean, if you don't understand that, then there's something wrong with you. You know.
I was gonna read down the verse 8. You might as well grab the rest of it.
No, go ahead.
Oh, it says verse 8.
I steal your thunder.
No, you add me. It says verse 8 says, "And thou shalt take no gift, for a gift blindeth the wise." You know, and you shouldn't be sold cheap.
Yeah.
You got a school and people follow you and people think they're a part of something righteous, and then you come in there with a blank check.
Yep.
And your eyes get bumped, your eyes fall out down to your knees.
Yep.
You know, and you just sold.
Yep. You can buy a nigga cheap.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh God.
This is
But that's true. Hey, Shia was right on that. You know, the high priest Shia back on you can buy a nigga cheap.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's some real shit. Hey, Apostle.
Yes, sir.
That's one thing Shia didn't lie about, man.
No. He was 100% on that one. He had 100% truth on that.
You just catch a little hell and Esau presents you with a blank check and you sold. You just gone.
Gone.
And then next thing you know, you riding on Hellcats and the Hellcats and whatever Trackhawks.
Oh, yeah, Trackhawks.
It says, and thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blinded the wise and perverted the words of the righteous. You know, because you take that bribe, that gift, and you gotta abide by the clause of that gift, that bribe.
Yep.
You know, and evil men wax worse and worse.
Yeah.
They take that gift, and that's the beginning of a very devious and evil plot coming around.
Yeah.
You know?
It reminds me of that scene from Barbershop. Cube was trying to get that money back to old boy.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Lester Wallace.
Yep.
No, he gonna bribe your ass with a name like that. Lester Wallace.
I got something right quick. Proverbs 17:15. He that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to Yahweh Shem
That's a good one. That's a good one. Y'all gotta go into that.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's what these guys do. Like, here it is, you got the men of the Lord saying what's right and you know, bringing out the truth, but you being demonized for it. They're going to what's that, Isaiah 59? What it says, he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. So now you a sitting duck because you stand up for what's right.
Yeah.
Your character is being slandered, you being maligned.
Yep.
And it's funny, the things that they accuse us of,
They
they get convicted of, and they do, and even worse.
Yep.
Here it is. We brought out the lawful viewpoints concerning grape or whatever, right? Just breaking it down, what it means.
Yeah.
But here it is. This guy, you went and did it unlawfully,
Yep.
overboard, you know.
That's it.
So
Hey, that's why it says in Romans 2, thou art inexcusable, O man, whosoever thou art that judges. For when thou judges, thou condemnest thyself.
Yep.
For you judging somebody for a matter that you say they doing, but you actually doing that shit. You dirty motherfucker, dirty rotten motherfucker.
Double. He speak with a double tongue, huh? He sound like you follow the devil.
Was that
Yeah, you follow the devil.
No, go ahead, bro.
No, that was it.
Who?
I think that one had something for
Brothers got tons of precepts.
Okay,
It's
go
all
ahead,
good.
bring it
It's
out.
cool.
You take that precept and you apply it to yourself.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
This is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
That's the Holy Ghost gives you.
Okay, and that's asking a question like, why you trimmest thou thy way to seek love, man? For people in a place that can give two shits about us, man. You know, no one really has any like genuine loyalty here, man. No true insight on how to be a friend. You know, everybody's trying to plot on somebody, man.
Yep, that's right.
You know, you know, everybody has a level of self, like the Apostle Kanye mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
The self-indulgence filling your belly, man.
Yeah.
That's all these cats worry about. They're not worried about Yahweh Shem Yahshua. They're not worried about the flock.
Yep.
You know?
They said they're slow bellies.
Yep.
Hey, Salak, I'm gonna read that in the NLT.
Okay, come on.
It says, that's Jeremiah 2:33. How you plot and scheme to win your lovers. Even an experienced prostitute can learn from you.
Shit.
Man, mind if I add to that point, bro?
Experienced hoe, bro.
Boy, you outdo experience. Oh, you bad. And wickedness. God damn.
I like how that worded it that way.
Yeah.
Because when you go into the word trim, I know there's certain instances where the word
I'm not sure what we talking about, brother. No, I'm just
it's called to us. Called to us. When you go into that word trim, there's certain scriptures where that word in the Greek is pronounced kosmeo.
Yes.
You know, where you get like cosmetics from and everything. You know, and then that's women pretty much getting themselves ready to go out.
Yeah.
So that verse is pretty much saying like a woman will pretty much clean herself up to do what she got to do. You got these people that are shaping themselves in the form of what the world wants them to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To be accepted by the world. And why trim your way to seek love like these guys and all these podcasts, the, you know, the Tazariaks and all of that. That's a clear example of that. You're conforming to the world to be accepted as a so-called righteous man, but you're conforming yourself to the world to do it. And the only reward for that is death. You know how the Lord feels about those that love the world. You an enemy.
Just real quick. I know y'all know, I must be allowed to speak. 1 John 4 and 5. They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them.
Man, that's it.
Y'all got it.
I'll back that up with Psalm 1 and 1. It says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
Man.
You trim your way, right? You're trying to fit a mold that's not of Yahushua. Then that's what you're doing. You know.
But those are
Psalm
people.
1 and 1.
But people like that, they listen to people like that though. That is crazy, man.
Absolutely.
I have one real quick. Michael, yeah, you got it.
This is the book of Mark chapter 8, because these guys are all sellouts at the end of the day. Whether they physically got the bag, or some of them did physically get the bag, or you just trim your way to, you know what I'm saying, to look a certain type of way in a world that don't give a shit about you anyway. Mark 8:34. It says, and I'm going to read down to 36. The point is, I'm going to start at 34. It says, and when he had called the people unto him with his disciples also, he said unto them, whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself. You know, and that's the first thing. If you consider yourself a disciple of Yahushua, which we clearly see these guys are not part of that cloth. All right? You got to carry your cross and follow him. Okay? And it says, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. And most guys, most Jake, are not willing to deny themselves. You know, these are the same people that led us, you know, pretty much in the wilderness for 40 years. It's always been niggas doing dumb shit. And even us at a point of time, before we, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Not even excluding ourselves, but we're trying at least. You know? But just, you know, getting to the point, verse 35 and verse 36, it says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's sake shall save it.
And a lot of people, that dudes don't believe that.
No, sir.
They don't believe that shit. It's I gotta get mine now. They don't believe that them sacrificing their life for this truth is gonna get them a benefit later on.
Right.
They want it here, they want it now. That's why a lot of guys are selling out. You know, that's why a lot of guys are, you know, doing these, you know, going on these different podcasts. They want to get their fame now. They ain't concerned with the fame. Yahushua ain't get his fame yet, but you won't get your fame now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Fuck
Jimmy
out
Cliff
of
said, Jimmy Cliff said, in Harder They Come, these brothers probably wouldn't know that. For me, can honey in the sky, I want now, here, now, tonight.
Yeah.
The old reggae singer, Jimmy Cliff.
God. Verse 36. For what shall it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? And again, we always resort to Yahushua being the key example. You remember when he was tempted in the wilderness. Satan came to him and presented him a lot of things that these so-called Israelite leaders are getting right now. Yahushua knew that his father had something way better in store for him. He knew his father's protocol. All right? These guys are being presented with. You know what I'm saying? But they biting. What is that scripture and what is that in Philippians, the 1st chapter? That
bite and devour?
Yeah.
That one? Bite and devour?
No, I wasn't thinking about that scripture. Like, I wasn't thinking about that one. That's, man, nah, you sharp, Pastor.
No, go ahead.
But pretty much in Philippians, where it goes into, loosely paraphrasing, let this mind be in you that's in Yahushua. I'm sorry, Philippians 2. And it goes into Yahushua being a man that didn't make himself of no reputation.
There you go.
You know, I always resort back to that Matthew the 4th chapter. Because he was presented to have all the reputation to the world, but he denied it because he already knew his father's protocol.
Yeah, remember, when they wanted to make him a king, he fled.
Exactly. He fled right there into the cave.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, you know, you got guys that are calling themselves these Israelites and claiming they believe in the Lord, but they're presented with that same opportunity. It might not have came necessarily like it was in Matthew 4, but they're presented with that same opportunity and they're falling, and they falling hard, you know?
You
I got something else. Sirach 10:9.
And then what you say? How did you say it? How does Charles say it when it's time to close up?
No.
Oh, yeah, you can go read that. We're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna close out.
Where you at, guys?
Sirach 10:9.
Hey, brother, you know everybody's a character.
God, no doubt.
It says, "Why is earth and ashes proud?
Yeah.
There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such a one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels."
Right, and that's talking about dudes in the world, and that's talking about guys in the truth too. These false prophets, man. They don't really give a fuck about the Lord. It's about they serving their own belly. You know, they're not Moses minded.
Right.
You know, they don't have that mentality that Moses said he had everything. He threw that shit out.
He threw it all
said,
out.
"Fuck this, man. I'm gonna suffer with the people of the Lord."
Yep.
And even he didn't make it into the promised land, but he's still the head man.
That's right.
You know?
Hey, it say he casted out his fowls. You know, Jay got that saying, "I be shitting on niggas." You know, the proud niggas. You know?
No, you go.
At what cost, though?
Yeah.
Nah, you know, brothers bring, you know, I mean, I'm joking, but you know, more kind of, cause I'm getting ready to roll and get.
Yeah, we're tired.
But
Tired.
Yeah, we've been going hard.
yeah, we don't want a marathon class, but we don't want to quench the spirit either.
Come on.
You got it.
Real quick, Ezekiel 22:12 in the NLT.
Oh man.
They are hired murderers, loan racketeers, and extortions everywhere. They never even think of me and my commandments, says the sovereign Lord.
And how much more? What the Most High say? Y'all say to Moses, look, they don't listen to me, so they definitely ain't gonna listen to you. That's why they ain't listen to you. Slave the servants, and afterwards said, you know, I send my son for surely they'll reverence him, and they slay the son too. So they're not gonna listen to the Lord. You think they're gonna listen to? They don't listen to the Most High Yahweh. They don't listen to Yahweh Shai. They definitely ain't gonna listen to us.
Yep.
But that's okay.
They will not hear me.
That's
and
okay.
they also will not hear thee.
Deaf Adam, the stop of the ear.
Yep.
Like Esau. They like Esau.
Yep.
They're the scorpions.
Yep. Basically doing this.
Yeah.
Their hand on
Stopping
their
the ear. Yeah.
They ain't trying to hear it. You got more, Martin?
Verse 13, but now I clap my hands in indignation over your dishonest gain and bloodshed. That's all I have right there. So the scope is on you false prophets, man. That's why the Lord is shining his light on your ass, because you're leading these people to the slaughter. And then 2/3 is, you know, don't want to come into the fold anyways, you know, because they love this world and they don't see nothing else happening but here. But you got the kingdom is already, but the Bible tells you there's a kingdom prepared for us,
Yeah, that's it.
you know.
That's it. This is not our rest. There remaineth the rest for the people. Matter of fact, I had a precept. I must be allowed to read. It's Hebrews, right? And then, you know, if brothers got anything else, you can bring it out. If not, we can close out. You know, but Hebrews chapter 13, verse 14. And that's funny, that's heavy you just said that, because here, Hebrews 13:14 says, "For here have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come." So do you believe that or not?
Right.
It says the things that we see are temporal, but the things that we don't see are eternal. And that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the kingdom to come, because when the kingdom is established, you know, fuck America, this fucking Babylon, fuck this world, bro. This world is trash.
Yeah.
You know, you got, in order for you to really make it in society, you got to be a corrupt, wicked, demonic nigga.
Yeah.
Or bitch. You know?
Sure.
You ain't, if you, even in business, if you're a good-hearted person in business, you're going to get fucked over. You know, like they say, nice guys finish last. This world was created for scumbags.
Yeah.
And if you're not a scumbag, you're not going to prosper in this world. You know? Anybody else got any other precepts, any final thoughts? All right, so with that, we pray that your brothers and few sisters have been edified. Till the next time we say,
Shalom.
Say how about Shem Yahweh Shai.
Walk like a lot.